hammer sings on your return.
Up close or at a distance, I have weapons for any engagement. I'll take it off your hands.
Elements for future magics.
No, I'm not alright.
Definitely will happen every 10 seconds because we're just critting that much to everything all of the time. Then we have what I consider to be the probably best unique item for this build. Enemies are frozen a lot, affects everyone, so it's... And then just a general plus that I've imprinted onto here is that 10% more damage, but the fact it goes up to 20 is just awesome. My amulet, which is where you want your rapid, as I always do, because we're not our clash. That's why dexterity is actually a really good stat for this build, and you'll see that when we get to the Paragon board. We also then want ourselves aspect of control, which is one of the sadly nerfed things, but it only got nerfed by a max of 5%. It's still an absolutely massive damage amp, and you can see why. A huge percent increase against frozen and stunned enemies, and we are constantly freezing and stunning enemies. Lastly then, we have Edgemaster's aspect. This is just percent increased damage if you have full primary resource. Well, we always do, because we're not spending mana on anything anymore with the Flame Shield swap. So this is just a pure permanent 10% damage increase at minimum. That is really delicious. Lastly then, we care about Aspect of Might, which gives us a 20% flat damage reduction when we use our basic skills, which we are permanently using, so
I'm not ready yet.
The daughter of hatred demands blood. For my master.
It is time.
Was once a farmer lived in the muck, sowed a sacred field to change his luck. Never once asked the land its blessing. Oh, nature's wrath was quite distressing. From his seed sprouted dust and hunger, beast and root tore his house asunder. So even now we must lead to right the wrong of that farmer's greed.
So what's the definition of burst damage? That's the definition of burst damage. Hello, my fellow sorcerers. How are you doing this fine day in hell? I imagine you're utterly destroying everything, because of course we have the foresight to pick the best class. But what is the best class without the best build? Or at least the best build you should be using right now until we get to sort of ultra endgame and can start doing some really fun stuff with all that happens there. So without further ado, let's get into this. Essentially, you will be able to autopilot with basically one ability through the entirety of, well, the story and into Nightmare. So I'll be taking you through it level by level, what to get when, what legendary aspects to go for and where to get. Is incredibly mobile, safe, and tanky with constant barriers and CC keeping you healthy. It's honestly perhaps a little bit too good. Beginning then with Arclash, of course, as the core of the build and what you'll be spending about 90% of your time doing. So you better love this lightning whip. Fortunately, it's super satisfying, so hopefully you will. I'll try and kind of go over how everything interconnects and works as we evolve down the tree. But for now, we just want to upgrade our Arclash, and upgrade our Arclash, and upgrade our Arclash. We really are just going to be spamming it, and we don't need to grab anything else yet. Finish it off with Enhanced, and now we are over here at our defensives. Then we want to grab Teleport, so we have that burst movement and utility. We want to grab the Ice Armor, and we want to grab the Frost Nova. Then we take the Enhanced and the Mystical Frost Nova. This means we're going to be able to cast it a lot, and also it will vulnerable enemies, which means they take 20% more damage, which is lovely for us because you can stun and vulnerable at the same time, which leads to some delicious stacking once we get the full build rolling. Now we've managed to get over here so we can grab Hydra, and then we can grab Enhanced Hydra. Now we've got 4 heads of shooting. The damage isn't the best, but it is a good set and forget. It lasts a while, and more importantly, with Summoned Hydra here, it is our source of consistently putting fire on our enemies, and it's also fantastic boss damage to just chip away. This fire is important because eventually we will end up with Devouring Blaze, doing more crit damage to enemies that are on fire, and as this build crits constantly, this is a huge damage amp, so we need some sort of burning here, and Hydra is the best way, as I just kind of set it and forget it once every 10 seconds or so. At this point, you should be about approaching level 15, so we want to get Fireball, as that is our first and most important enchantment slot, as it quite literally just detonates screens of enemies, and is both deliciously satisfying and kind of ridiculously potent. It honestly might be the single most powerful enchantment slot we have. At this point then, we can grab Glinting Arclash just to have it and start reducing cooldowns when we do hit our stunned enemies. Then we want to get our Enhanced Ice Armor and Shimmering Ice Armor, so we keep getting freezes when we do get attacked, and can keep essentially stacking stun on top of Frozen and Vulnerable, which just obliterates everything it affects. Then we can come down here and grab Static Discharge. This is just so we can get to Shocking Impact, which is a huge source of damage for the build. Again, we are stunning enemies constantly. That's the whole point here. Stunning so we can crit more, and then critting more so we can stun more in this amazing feedback loop. This means every time we stun, we just blow them up with lightning. Now we can head back up and get ourselves Enhanced Teleport, which will unlock the next tier for us to take. we can get our ultimate now in Unstable Currents, which is the huge potential of this to essentially kill bosses in about 10 seconds. Then we grab the Enhanced Prime Unstable Currents, because attack speed is everything to this build, so we can Arc Lash as fast as humanly possible. This then opens up Coursing Currents, which is the revving engine of what we're doing here. This will increase our crit chance by 3% every time we hit with Arc Lash until we get a crit. We're hitting constantly. This is what makes us crit constantly and get all the benefits on top of, just the huge amounts of burst damage from critting constantly. Then we can get Electrocution, which will help your survivability. Enemies do less to you. That's really, really nice. And then Convulsions. This is fantastic. So now a lucky hit to stun enemies for a long, long time is 3 seconds every time we hit them with a shock skill. Again, the feedback loop of stun to crit to crit to stun to stun to crit to stun, it just kind of speaks for itself. Now we want to get one more point in so we can get to our signature passive for itself. Now we want stun to crit to stun. Again, the feedback is 3 seconds every time we hit them. Stun to crit to stun, it just kind of speaks for itself. Now we want to get one more point in so we can get to our signature passive, and fortunately we have one final upgrade of our teleport to get in Shimmering Teleport, just to get a little bit more survivability if our teleport doesn't quite get us out of danger, or if we use it to teleport onto the spot to use our second enhancement slot. Our second enhancement slot should go to Arc Lash. When you use a cooldown, enemies around you are stunned for 0.7 seconds. The stun isn't the longest, but our build involves lots of cooldowns. This is what means that when we press teleport, we stun everyone around us. When we press Ice Armor, we stun everyone around us. When we press Frost Nova, we stun everyone around us. This means on bosses, we can build their stun meter ridiculously quickly by just spamming everything on top of them, and in packs of enemies, we can AoE stun everyone, and if everyone is AoE stunned, when we swipe them with Arc Lash, for every single enemy that we hit, we're taking 0.25 seconds off every one of your cooldowns, which then means the cooldowns of Ice Armor, Frost Nova, Teleport, and of course our Ultimate 2 get powered down, so we can then use them again to restun the enemies and reduce the cooldowns, and you see how this kind of just endlessly goes. We get to just spam these awesome survival abilities, but they feed into our damage with what we're doing here. Now we can get our signature passive, and it is Vire's Mastery. This essentially is just, hey, do 25% more damage and take 25% less damage, just for doing your thing spamming Arc Lash. Yes, you need to crit to get that amped bonus, but again, we're critting all the time. You will crit more often than once every 3 seconds, so this is just a general, you are 25% stronger, which is obviously a ludicrously strong passive. Now you kind of have the core of the build, and you'll be about level 32 or so if you've gotten a few extra ability points from your renown. We can start filling in some fun little extras at this point. You want to grab yourself Elemental Attunement, you want a couple ranks of it, so that we can crit, and then again, reset the cooldown on Frost Nova, Ice Armor, and Teleport once every 10 seconds, resulting in us being able to use them again, AoE stunning everyone again, reducing our cooldowns again, and you see how it keeps going. Then we want to come down here and grab one rank of Align the Elements. This will just make you, not die when we get hit by elites and bosses. Then we can get Protection. This will give us 30% of our health as a shield every time we press, yes, Frost Nova, Ice Armor, and Teleport. Stacking with the Ice Armor shield, this makes us so incredibly hard to kill, and until you get to the real harder world tiers, and even then you still can, it essentially means you can just stand there and kill and not really move or dodge anything that isn't that threatening, and it just feels wonderful. Then, of course, because lucky hits are such a big part of our build, both from the elemental attunement here and our lucky hit convulsions, we want to then amp our lucky hit chance with precision magic at all 3 ranks. Finish our elemental attunement just so that happens as often as possible. So, of course, when we are in our unstable currents, we are consistently throwing out all of our shock spells. Specifically then, this means we end up churning out lightning spears like crazy. Like, you'll have about 5 of them on screen at any one time zipping around doing their thing. Now, when it casts it via your ultimate, it will cast your current lightning spear as you have got it chosen if you do have any points in it. So we want lightning spear, we want enhanced lightning spear, which means when it crits, it has a higher chance to crit, and that just keeps going, so your now free army of spears will just be consistently critting and employing all of that crit synergy, of which is, yes, lightning spear will stun for 2 seconds when it crits. So during unstable currents, you have got 5 lightning spears on average zipping round, critting everyone, stunning everyone on loop, on repeat, and the damage that adds up to is silly. Especially because we then take Conjuration Mastery, which means for every single lightning spear during that sweet unstable currents, and of course for each Hydra too, we do 3% more damage, which basically means around 15 to 21% more damage during our ultimate burst, which is what shreds bosses, and this is really, really nice to have. I think very much the cherry on top for this build, the pièce de résistance, is this extra 30% increased crit damage to enemies that are on fire. You can get this earlier if you want to support the Hydra, but this really does sort of tie a neat little bow on this package. Now, of course, I still have a handful more points to get. I would pump up Hydra to have it do... I really do just love spamming Acklash so that everything dies all around me. Oh, it's so much fun and nothing will ever change that. Thanks, Blizzard. Really appreciate that. Hello then, my fellow sorcerers, and yes, it is a sad day because Acklash has been nerfed, as well as the main aspect that powers it. However, I have good news. It's not dead. It's nowhere near dead. It is still massively powerful. The nerf to the teleport doesn't really affect us, as the build is massively defensive anyway and it's not really needed. Only a 5% nerf to control doesn't really do much. So, this is the skill tree as I showed you it last time. I have now got all of the skill points available, so Hydra has a couple extra ranks in, and I did indeed finish Electrocution, as the survivability it gives is absolutely important. So how are we going to actually edit this now? Well, it's fairly simple. We're actually going to get rid of Hydra. Why are we doing that? What are we replacing it with? Well, first and foremost, we now want to put 2 more points into Fireball, as the damage from that enchantment is... oh, it carries in Nightmare Dungeons, the pop around the screen. It's just so helpful, and amping that is really critical. And then for these last 3 points we have freed up, we are going to get a new source of burn to apply our lovely Devouring Blaze critical strike damage with. And that new source of burn is Flame Shield. Now, yes, this only lasts for 2 seconds and has a decent-ish cooldown as opposed to Hydra just always up, but the advantage here is clear. This is AoE everywhere around you. It also does really decent damage and is a massively good lucky hit procer because it's hitting everyone around you with a decent 41% chance. This is also a fantastic way to address one other thing: survivability, because you will start to notice that you need a little bit more of it. We get enhanced flame shield, and then we get shimmering flame shield. So that when we put this on, we instantly get like a potion, essentially, and that is so unbelievably helpful. I cannot stress that enough when you start doing the harder content in the game. So what has actually happened here then? So now this is what our bars are looking like, and we now have Flame Barrier instead of Hydra, and you'll notice when we put it on, of course, we get our barrier for 30% of our life, thanks to the protection passive, and this is boosted by the ideal decoration that you want, the ideal gem in diamonds for barrier generation in armor, and while I'm here, you want critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies in your weapon.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that. Yeah. ready yet.
take it off your hands. This will do nicely.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon. I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need? More there than I thought.
My magics await your return.
Shame that. Go one more? All finished, are you?
Well struck.
See some steel you need?
There is magic in all things. Let me show you.
not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Yeah.
I'm not ready yet.
I need time
That's not roasted. Plenty worth keeping. See? The finest quality. Let's see the barbs make that. Wind favor, my friend. Would you like something appraised? Good fortune.
It's my son.
Don't worry.
Five times.
Can we never have peace? Shouting and cursing all night.
Nosy,
If you
Well, he's still breathing.
He is lucky to be.
That old man there.
He came to town. Who are you?
He and I met.
Enough.
Oh, bloody damn hells, what do you want?
You told me to meet you here, Lorath, remember?
Of course I remember. I'm just surprised you're not dead. Hand me that bottle.
What happened to you?
I was attacked, obviously, by vast quantities of alcohol, wielded by my own treacherous hand. There may also have been a brawl with a goat over this patch of mud, but I like to think I triumphed.
Lorath, who is the Pale Man?
The Pale Man was Haradrim.
Haradrim? Well, then you must know him.
I thought I did, once. His name is Elias. He was my apprentice. He was the one who brought Lilith to Sanctuary. It's possible that I did not take the news very well.
What must we do then?
Find him. Figure out what he's done. And then kill him. Listen. There's a woman here someplace. She has some messages we'll need. And I'm of no use to anyone right now. Could you find her? Enough time has been wasted. Oh, check around the inn. Ask if she's heard from the Orbe Monastery.
No,
Roma.
after.
Strange. The chaos on it seem wrong.
My eyes can only watch so much. The great act is the trice.
I had hoped to find these take. I hear a stone carver lives in that house. A man called Ganbar. It's hidden, isolated. Perfect for working in solitude.
Reminds me of your house.
They're coming through a hell rift. I will close it. Put them down.
I'm not ready yet.
I need time to prepare that.
Far too easy. These demons were vermin. I'd expect more from a mage of Elias's ability. Let's search the house. Tread carefully. Elias could still be close. See what you can find.
Today, Master Elias called at my...
Burning hell! Let's hope he can still be questioned.
Oh, Mother, thank you for opening my eyes. Your hatred fills my heart. I cannot stop my hands from working.
Poor fool.
Master Elias to show me the way. I long for the day when we stand by your side and set the cleansing fire. Visitors? Did Master Elias send you?
Master Elias? Well, yes, in fact, he did. Ours is a very important mission. We have something for the Master, but we had heard he was with you. Do you know where he is?
Liar! Dirty pig's-born liar! The Master has all he needs! Rise now, my riches, to me!
You've become. Bad news first. Taught them to sell. This device, I must have it brought to Cad Bardu for examination. Make yourself useful and head for the Orbe Monastery. See what's keeping that bloody abbot.
In the steppes, everyone needs a weapon.
I'm not ready yet.
I need time to prepare that.
I'm not ready yet.
This place has been taken. It reeks of forbidden spells. Is anyone here?
Murder! Murder in the sacristy!
Lock the doors!
What about the others? Diablo!
Do as I say!
He's here! Not a Roger, not a man.
evening, unto evening, I shall keep it safe. And then... Diablo! I need time.
From morning, my eyes were open.
No, I deserve to burn with the rest of it.
Where is Elias?
Go. He is going to summon. Forgive me.
Human knowledge shall be shared among the children of Lilith, and no secret shall be kept from them. And the liars and learned thieves of the world shall perish in their regret.
What did he take?
Scrolls from the Forbidden Archive.
What? Elias. Come. Perhaps less. Elias, whatever truth.
It was protecting that fool. Genma.
This is Elias's work. But where is he? The answer lies in the stomach. This is delicate. A soft noble's hand. Elias would have to feed this thing with more than fancy boots.
That's someone's son.
Or daughter.
We should burn demons.
This is wrong.
This medallion bears the crest of the ruler of the royal house of Gulran.
Former ruler.
Obviously.
That's enough, old man. The dead deserve respect.
The dead deserve nothing when the living are in danger. Now Gulran has a new ruler, and we have Elias to thank for it.
The dead may be worthless to you, but that medallion could bring peace to those two mourning.
Fine. If we are to find Elias, then we must also travel to Gulran. Meet me there, and be swift about it. Oh, and avoid the city gates. Too many cannibals. Go to the cliffs. We'll find help there.
Skins of leather and steel. Gently used.